Frank and Val, police tell me these two homes caught on fire first. And when crews got on scene, they realized a third home was on fire. They knew something was off and they called in the State Bureau of Investigation. The sheriff's office showed them how important it is to them to get answers and to see this body camera video. So now the protest that's going to continue today, what are you guys crying out for?
The release of the video cameras.
And they say after seeing that video, they're shocked, disappointed, and feel the sheriff's office is not being transparent. On this path behind me, she saw a man walking up with only shorts, no shoes, completely shirtless, and covered in sunburns. Just a few minutes ago, this whole block, lights flickered. Ooh. It's definitely very, very windy. Now, hospital officials say they believe postponing non-emergency procedures will help them manage with this surge. People can come to the Pitt County Health Department to grab their test kit, some information, and officials tell me the test kit has everything you need to test yourself for COVID-19. This plane was used in World War II, so I was looking around, seeing all the detail. The pilot has kept up this plane. It's a top-notch condition.
I just feel bad because his injuries are worse, and this was my idea to go camping, and I'm the one who's home first. I'm sorry.
Sarah Rojas can't fight back the tears as she recounts what happened Friday night in the Croatan forest. She says she was asleep in a tent with her boyfriend when someone ran them over with a truck, leaving them for dead.
It was just so much pain, I couldn't handle it, so I just tried to crawl out.
Rojas says they were both thrown out of their tent. She crawled over to her boyfriend, who was covered in blood, his pelvis shattered and ribs broken. Rojas was hospitalized for 4 days.
A piece of my skin just got ripped out. I don't know what ripped it out.
Officials say Rojas didn't break any bones.
I just have bruises everywhere.
Craven County deputies arrested 2 Camp Lejeune Marines and charged them with assault with a deadly weapon. The investigation is still ongoing. What we don't know is whether this was an accident or intentional. But either way, Rojas says she doesn't understand why someone would leave them there, helpless and bleeding out.
He didn't even acknowledge me or Justin, so I thought, like, am I dead? Like, why can't he see me? Like, why doesn't he care?
The Elizabeth City community calling for the release of videos showing Andrew Brown Jr.'s death to get answers. And on May 11th, a portion of that tape was shown to family members.
I could tell he was afraid. He was in fear of his life.
Brown's son, Gerard, believes he watched his father try to run for his life, and family lawyers agree. What did you take away from the video you saw today?
It appears almost as an ambush. They go in, they jump out, they're yelling, they're screaming.
Attorney Chance Lynch says the video shows deputies firing countless shots at Brown. Lynch says Brown had both hands on the wheel and posed no danger to a single deputy.
You hear a gunshot, you see a gunshot from the windshield, and then from the windshield, he backs back, which places a great distance between him and the other officers. And when he backs back, he turns his wheel to go out across the yard, away from where the officers were. We never see where he makes contact with the officer.
After watching the 5 body camera and 1 dash camera video, attorneys say the shooting was not justified, and this investigation is being mishandled.
I think that the writing is on the wall, Sharon. You know, it appears that it was hidden for a reason.
Family members and attorneys say the video speaks for itself and calls for justice for Andrew Brown Jr.
They did him so wrong, and words can't even really explain how I feel about that situation.
I know there's a lot of days that the staff have left in tears, so it's got to be rough.
Carolina East Emergency Department nurse Jamie Keene is holding back her tears as she says she sees her co-workers leave daily crying from patient abuse.
They're personally attacking the staff for things that are outside of their control.
Keene says patients are lashing out because of long wait times, COVID restrictions, and understaffing. As a nurse manager, Keene says she's screamed at daily.
I don't think that there's a day that goes by that somebody doesn't cuss at me personally. So I'm sure that the staff who are at the bedside all the time are probably getting that significantly worse than what I get.
Now hospital officials are taking action.
We always have at least one, most of the time 2 officers in the emergency department, which seems to be the highest acuity right now and where people have a tendency to get angry more often. There are multiple times now that we'll have 4, maybe 5 officers in the emergency department.
Vice President of Ancillary Services Tim Ludwig says this year they've seen a significant spike in people escorted out of the building and arrested for aggression and violence. Keene says the aggression is causing many to quit.
Nurses are leaving the profession, doctors are leaving the profession. We can't really afford to lose anymore.
Keene says the violence is only making a bad situation worse.
You know, it's okay to be frustrated with the system, with the healthcare system as a whole, but just don't personally attack the staff. They are working really hard and they're already really exhausted.
People that so many loved and were not able to say goodbye.
It's a sight that's leaving Brenda Wilson and so many others in tears as they walk by and see thousands of veteran names on the wall that heals in New Bern.
This wall is a 3/4 scale replica of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. 3/4 as tall, 3/4 as long, but has all 58,279 names of the Americans who died while serving in the Vietnam War zone.
And among those names, Ron Laughlin, volunteering in full uniform, sees friends and fellow soldiers. And to see their names honored on the wall.
Well, that's a big thing. And then to look and left and right and see how many names there are on both sides of them and realize, wow, this is really something, this wall.
Manager Tim Teet says the small-scale replica exhibit includes a mobile education center that shows the names and pictures of soldiers in and around Craven County.
But I'm here because they didn't get a parade when they came home. Yes, it's Raymond.
Wilson now has her husband's name on the organization's In Memory program to honor those who returned home and passed away. She says to her the exhibit is breathtaking.
It means so much to the families that people are out here and they still care.